All right, English class. Today we are starting on page 58. So before I tell you about what Mr. Johnson is going to do, he also has two little mice friends. Let's first start with the part that's grammar. Sorry, guys. On page 58, you see at the top there's a language detectives box, and it says, I'm not hanging about in the snack bar. So I look at the class list. We are teaching digitally right now. So I look at the class list. The student is not on the sick list. The student is not in class. So I call the student. And the student looks at the phone again, says, why is Miss Deniger calling me? It doesn't matter. The student answers and says, hi, Miss Deniger. And I say, where are you? Are you hanging out in the snack bar? And you can say, no, I'm not hanging out or hanging about in the snack bar. And I say, but I hear you eating a sandwich and you're drinking a soda. You, with your straw and your cup, you put your cup and your straw down and you say, no, I'm not hanging out at the snack bar. I'm eating in my kitchen. I'm sick. And I say, oh, okay. All right, bye. All right, next one. This one says, we aren't reading comics. So we are at school. We're in the classroom. And I see two kids reading the English book like this. Together. And I say, girls, are you reading comics? And you say, no, we aren't reading comics. So wir lesen Comics nicht, oder in this moment, right? Are you reading comics? No, we aren't. All right, next one. This little mouse, she likes to dance. And the next one says, she isn't dancing in the street. So we see her, there's a street. I actually have something later, it will be a street. This is like streets. Yeah? So she's in the street. She's on 21st Street. So on somewhere. She's in the street, like on the black part of the street. Not the sidewalk, but the street part. And you can see her dancing. And I turn to one of you and I say, hey, is she dancing in the street? And you say, she is dancing in the street. But the book says she isn't dancing in the street. Now she isn't dancing in the street. Okay. Next one. They aren't running in the classroom. So Miss Deniger is sitting at her teacher's desk. She is marking papers. And she doesn't look up. She continues marking. And I hear what I think is running. And I ask the question, are they running in the classroom? And somebody says, oh, Miss Deniger, no, they aren't running in the classroom. They're walking really fast. I think you get it. Okay, so remember, you can ask the question and say the sentence. It's the same word. Are you? No, it's not the same word in that case. Are you? Yes, I am. Is she? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Yeah. No, she isn't eating. No, he isn't. So let's do with Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, are you chopping wood? Wait, didn't work. Yes, I'm chopping wood. So now he's not chopping wood. He stopped. Stopped. Denk daran, wir haben den auf jeden Fall öfter gemacht. Erste Vergangenheit. Regular. Hat 3 verschiedene Aussprachen. Id. So he stopped chopping wood. Is Mr. Johnson chopping wood? Is Mr. Johnson chopping wood? No, he isn't chopping wood. Is he sitting down on the tree trunk? Tree trunk? Yes, he is falling down. Sitting down on the tree trunk with his axe in his hand. He's a dangerous lumberjack. Okay, let's go to the next part I want to review. It's also on page 58 and page 59. Let's look at the streets, namely on page 59. We're talking more about go straight, keep going straight, turn right, make a left. It's the first street, first, second, third. How does it go? Let's do those again. It's the first, erste. It's the first street, the s. Second street, the th. Third street, it's the fourth street, it's the fifth street on your right. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is German. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. It's the 21st. It's the 22nd. It's the, yeah? Okay. So it's the second street on your right and like that. So this is a map. It's not a map. It's a cutting board, but it's okay. The mouse doesn't know it. So this mouse asked for directions. And each of these, this is one street or one block. This is a second street or one block. A block is, especially an American term, from like one street, you walk along many buildings, and then to the next street, that's one block. One square block is walking around many houses and you come back to the same street. So let's start here. The little baby mouse wants directions. The mouse is lost. And the mouse says, Diana, where is my mouse friend? So the mouse friend is namely over here. Okay, first I say, you can go straight on, let's say this is 21st Street. Oh, there you go, you can see better. Go straight on 21st Street, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then make a left on 6th Avenue. Go, das heißt, das hat weniger mit dem Gehen zu tun. Da kann man grob sagen, go, auch wenn man halt mit dem Fahrrad fährt. Wenn du wirklich meinst mit den Beinen, also gehen, ja, dann heißt es walk. Walk for 5 minutes. 1 minute, 2 minutes, yeah. Or you can just say go. You can go by car, you can go by bike, you can go by foot. And in this case, you can go by 4 little tiny paws, little feet. So, she made a left, and now go 2 blocks or make a left on the 2nd street. First street, second. There's my mouse friend! Yay! Okay, let's try again. Now this mouse is here, and the other mouse is much further away. Okay, so the mouse says, Miss Danica, how do I get to my mouse friend? And I say, I'll help you. So first, go along the beautiful flowers here. So maybe there are beautiful flowers. There's maybe a banana tree. Go by the banana tree. Make a left. Walk for maybe 2 minutes. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Then stop and smell the flowers. Okay. Then make a right next to the museum. Here's the museum. Make a right or turn right. You can also turn, drehen, so turn a doorknob. You can also turn your age turns. Miss Danica turned, ed, turned. She turned 35 last year. This year I turn 36. You can also say I will turn 36. You would say I am turning, or I will turn 12, 13 this year. Okay, so you can go straight on or go straight on what street? On Welsh Road. Okay, 1, 2, but until when? Go straight for 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3 blocks. Or turn left on the 3rd crossing. This is an intersection where 2 streets cross. So you can turn left there. Then make then, T-H-E-N, nicht then, also kein Vergleich. Then make a right on the 1st street. Walk a few stores down and you will find your friend. Hi friend, yay, everybody's happy. Okay, so if you want to talk about going across the street, right, you have to cross the street. You can go to a different street, you can go around a block, you can walk into the street and go across the street, or you can say you're looking for a store. No, the store isn't on this street. It isn't on this block. It could be on the next block, or it could be in this street, but maybe 2 streets down. Maybe the street is the store is across the street, so store or bookstore or library or a movie theater. Maybe you're looking for the tourist information, or what else could you be looking for? Ooh, a pharmacy. If you need medicine, you can look for a pharmacy. In America, you can also call a pharmacy a drugstore. So pharmacy, apotheke, or drugstore, or supermarket, or farmer's market, like a farmer with a hat, chewing on a blade of grass, taking care of cows maybe, or some vegetables. Okay, all right, let's look also, let's see, on page 60, let's read this story together, and that was it, what I wanted to do with you today in the video. We are on page 60 and page 61. The wizard. Wizard. Can you say wizard? The Wizard of London. So look at the pictures first. Guess what the story is about. Guess. Rate. Yeah. So you can try to guess what it's about. I see 2 people. There's like a professor or a man in a suit, and he has a bow tie on, a red bow tie, and he is sitting next to a boy with a green I think, long sleeve shirt with a collar and some blue jeans and some sneakers. And they are on top of, I don't know, some kind of structure. And there's another picture on page 60, not 16, 16, 60, 60. On page 60, you see it looks like some type of clock tower, and there are music notes and some people dancing. And then there's something like a castle, and there's a king. Oh, he has a king's crown on with the royal color purple. And there are some people there, maybe like a guard, and he has a weapon. I don't know what the weapon's called, but it looks very sharp. Ow! All right. Then in the fourth picture, it looks like this man with the bow tie and the suit jacket is standing next to a boy, again with a yellow t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, 2 pockets, a collar. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're in a castle? I don't know. Let's read. All right. So page 60, we are reading together. Once upon a time, vor langer Zeit. Once can also be ein einziges Mal. Did you ever go to America? Yes, once. Twice. 2 times. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a student wizard. His name was Ronnie. His teacher was Hector, the Wizard of London. One day, Hector took Ronnie to the London Eye. They saw all of London from the eye. So listen to that sentence again, but this time a little bit faster. They saw all of London from the eye. They saw all of. Ich würde halt of ein bisschen runterschlucken. Erstmal lese ich alles dann normal vor, aber eigentlich diese kleineren Wörter sind weniger, ja, sie bedeuten halt weniger und man schluckt sie gerne runter. So, they saw all of the London Eye from the eye. They saw all of London from the eye. Thank you. Hector looked across the city and then said to Ronnie, I'm 214 years old now, Ronnie, and I'm too old to work. You're my best student, so you can be the new Wizard of London. Me? Great, said Ronnie. Yes, but don't forget. Hector looked at him and said, It's a lot of work too. Look after the city. The people of London and their computers need you. So, paragraph B, Ronnie says, Ronnie is very busy. Ronnie was very busy. He checked. So we had a D, we had a T, and now we have a T. He checked all the famous sites in London for Hector. So he looked and checked for him. He looked for him. He started with Big Ben. He flew from the London Eye to the top of Big Ben. Ronnie arrived at 10 o'clock. Bong, bong, bong. That's boring, thought Ronnie. That's boring. Miss Dendiger's class is boring. Langweilig. That's boring, thought Ronnie. He wanted to do magic and have fun. He wanted to do magic. Abracadabra! This is to do magic, to cast a spell. Oh, he says abracadabra. Abracadabra! Shouted Ronnie. Suddenly, plötzlich, suddenly the big clock started to play the loudest pop song in London. Some tourists started to dance. That's better, thought Ronnie. He was happy. He thought, to think, welche zwei Buchstaben? T-H, to think. He thought, erste Vergangenheit, dachte. Please look at the word thought. I'm so sorry. It is difficult to spell. T-H-O-U-G-H-T. Okay. Paragraph C. Please read with me. Then Ronnie flew to the Tower of London. To fly, with a Y. Erste Vergangenheit, the simple past, flew. Then Ronnie flew to the Tower of London. He saw, to see, yesterday I saw. He saw a long queue, American English line. Queue, difficult word, look at it. If you don't remember it, remember the word line, Schlange. He saw a long queue in front of the tower. A lot of people wanted to see the Queen's crown jewels. Crown jewels. Ooh. I've got an idea, thought Ronnie. Shazam! The tourists found the crown jewels around their necks and in their hands. Ooh. Ooh. Ronnie was very happy. I like my job. It's fun and easy. Paragraph D. Whoosh! 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 Hector, the wizard, arrived at the tower. Ronnie, what are you doing? Hector was not happy. What's the problem? Asked Ronnie. Everyone in London is having a good time. Oh, Ronnie, this is not London. London is fun without dancing and crown jewels on tourists. Sorry, it wasn't a good idea, but I can correct everything, said Ronnie. Say, S-A-Y. Said, S-A-I-D. I was the same when I was a student wizard, thought the old wizard, and said, Okay, Ronnie, but don't forget the Queen. The Queen? Yes, you know, said the older wizard. She wants the crown jewels back. Oh. Okay, and then they go back. So, you have a small activity to do. On page 61, you have number 3, and you also have 2 workbook pages, page 34 and page 35. Page 35, you will need the story for. So please read the story with me. And if you watch the video, and you already did, thank you very much. You are amazing. So, Mr. Johnson wants to say that he dropped his axe, but it did not fall on a mouse. Mr. Johnson wants to say goodbye, and the small mice want to say see you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Goodbye.